Welcome back to the Scions of the Summit dev playthrough, and hopefully this will be our final part, depending on how long this chapter is. I may or may not just put them all into one video, but we'll see. It is pretty long, especially with the dialogue, anyway, let's get started. Now, let's actually check here. We do have these support conversations. Only have one that I'm going to be showing off right now. Still going to hold off on Lamina and Ryosuke 1 until 9x, but it is important again to make sure that you have watched the B support, and I'm going to have to check and see if it works just fine this way, and if not, I might have to restart the map, but we'll see. But anyways, we'll get to showing off the support conversations first. That's kind of what we're gonna have for now, but I'm probably gonna cut this off again after we watch the cutscene, just so that I can make sure that we're seeing everything correctly. Alright, so, I actually have the opportunity to bring a lot of people here. It's a little tricky picking which characters to use for this, just because, I do want to make sure that we have all the characters they need. Might have to hold off on Guillemar, and I want to bring Natalia for this chapter. Theo actually would have been really good for this, but, it's gonna be a little bit iffy. Don't have a lot of spaces for this. Like normally I would not bring Joanna on this map, and I would prefer to bring Theo instead, but I do want to showcase something that's a little important for having her. In the meantime, let me actually manage units again here, because let me check something here, because I don't know if it's going to... Okay, yeah, so this is a problem. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to do this the chapter before. Don't know why it does this. Might have to do with loading and such, because these two are supposed to have a conversation with each other. So give me 1 second. Alright, we are back. Let me check to see if it's actually going to show up this time, because this is kind of annoying. Having to just switch out characters a bunch. Just making sure that okay, now it's showing up. Okay, that's kind of a problem that I guess closing and loading the game, like, you're gonna have to do this, and I don't like this actually. But that's a problem, because we're gonna need to do this for other chapters as well. But essentially what happens is that this support conversation is supposed to unlock this conversation on the map if you do their B support, and for some reason it's just not registering unless you selected that chapter before. I don't know why, unless it has something to do with like resetting or reloading chapters and stuff, because I've had to do that before for several reasons. But anyway, I don't think... because I do want some of these characters here. Again, I would not normally use some of these characters for this map, but we're gonna try our best with what we've got. It's gonna be an interesting one. We'll talk a little bit more as we go, and hopefully I won't have to restart this either, because this is a little bit tricky, especially in this first area. It should get a little bit easier as we get to the next area, but we'll talk about why in a second. So, as you could tell, this is another chapter where we can get a next chapter. So we really do not want to be dealing with this boss over here. And as mentioned by Grisha, we do have to close up these bridges in order to get over here. And just make sure that we don't have a bunch of enemies following us. You'd think it'd be as simple as that, but we have a particular weapon here on this enemy that'll make it so that if you're already crossing the bridges and stuff, he can move across the other side with you. So we're going to try our best to keep him in place. The good thing is that he does not have immunity. So what we're going to be doing is utilizing both Mythrias's skills as well as Rhodion's. So it's going to help us make sure that he doesn't die while also just getting rid of him as an issue on this map. So I'm actually going to start moving characters up this way. And so I do want to showcase a lot of the conversations between characters. Just a second, I do want to... so I can get rid of these guys too. There's a lot of top conversations that I do want to showcase. This one again will only happen if you unlocked their beast support. And again, one of the reasons why I wanted these characters on the map. It's actually wondering if it's probably not a good placement. I want to off here, and then we're gonna do one more conversation. And that should be all of these combos, but that's why I wanted to bring everybody on. Actually, no, we have more. We'll watch this one in a bit once we have the chance. I do want to get rid of these enemies first. I know they're going to cause problems for me. What I want to do actually is start moving over here. It's gonna get a little tricky because there's a lot of these guys that are going to be in range. Start moving people across. Don't want these guys to be in range either. I'm probably going to be a little quiet during this section just because I need to concentrate and make sure that we're getting all the things that need to be done in this first part of the map. And that is Liesel. She is another playable character that we'll be working with in a little bit. So this is where Harsh Winter is going to be coming into play. Did not want to be using these up too much, just because it was mostly for this guy, pretty much. Just gonna get rid of these enemies over here just so that I don't have to deal with them while I'm getting rid of these guys. I might also skip out on defeating every enemy here just so that I don't waste a ton of time. But what we really need to do is start moving. Liesel's gonna be standing over here for a little bit. Actually have Felina try to get rid of this dude. In the meantime, don't be using Rodion too much here. Just be careful because, like Grisha mentioned, these bridges are going to collapse, and yes, if you are standing on these bridges, you will end up having dead units. This was actually kind of a challenge to try to get to work properly, and I remember testing things out, and it was causing a lot of stress for Roltair because we had gotten it to work initially where the like, if you're standing on these and you're not a flyer, then you would die. But the thing is that if you were carrying a unit like Astria is right now, that other character wouldn't fall through and die, so they'd be stuck in the void. So it definitely took a little bit of testing to get right. But yeah, I mean, there's still issues with it, but it's more an issue with both Mina and Ryosuke's skills because their swap skills have a couple problems dealing with things like swapping onto terrain that they shouldn't be on. So anyway, we're gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna start moving because we really need to start hauling ourselves this way and getting out of range of things and do that. Just start moving everybody this way. Use this one more time. Just want to make sure that we get everybody out of the way. This is opportunity to have these two talk. We should mostly be safe for now. We can still have several enemies that we're going to be dealing with, but we can at least not have to worry about the boss anymore, so long as we're not in range. As long as we can actually get through this turn. So now we're starting to move. I really don't want this guy to cause problems for us, so it's not great. Just need to get rid of. Let's see. Now we should be fairly safe from now on. The boss shouldn't be coming after us, and so we don't have any proper opportunities to damage him. So we really don't want to do that, because we want the X chapter right, so... But, probably the biggest hurdles is now dealt with. And of course, Grisha putting in some work right now. This guy is hopefully not going to cause problems for me. Actually, what I can do probably is I'll just rescue. No, that's wrong. At least I have someone else in range. I can start moving this way, and once we get Liesel, hopefully I won't have too many problems after this. So you can actually recruit Liesel with several different people. You can use Ryosuke, you can use Mythrias, but we're going to use Flame right now. So now we got Liesel in our party. She's our Myrmidon. She has this skill right here, Spiteful Impact. So essentially we kind of want her to be away from other characters, and then she'll activate this and do a lot of reduction to avoid. So it's almost like a solo skill in a way, but not entirely. We're going to be using her right now. She actually has quite a few support conversations with characters who are not on the map currently, but just to keep that in mind. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too many problems. Because these guys don't move. Just gonna cause some issues with staffs and stuff. But really, the rest of the map is mostly free. Just have to get rid of some of these other enemies. Just make sure that we're not on these tiles when we're closing up the bridges. Should start by this. It's getting a little bit more EXP for certain characters. More strength is always good. Work out too well, huh? So Astria get rid of. Start moving people this way. I mean, you could probably sit back and kill off every enemy. Normally I don't like to do that just because it wastes a lot of time, but I mean, just for the sake of it, I'd at least get rid of several of these guys. Just got speed because yeah, sorry that we're not talking too much right now. Just trying to concentrate, getting through the map. But anyways, like I said before, there were a lot of technical achievements that came from this map. It was very much a challenge to get everything working, and thankfully, again, for the most part, it works out nicely. But otherwise, again, it's pretty much what you're seeing right now. And again, for the most part, it's free. Going forward, we're just gonna get rid of these guys at the end of the room. Just gonna get rid of this dude first before I start moving everybody. You really don't want people to be on this bridge once we close the slack section up. Another thing is that this it does mention destroy bridges and arrive, but for narrative purposes, you actually do have to get rid of all of these enemies in this area. Just because, again, the game is doing a check for whether there's enemies on here. Let's see if I can. Start moving up. Don't want people to just kind of hog up this area. Just a lot of walking across these areas. A lot of great level ups right now, but it's fine. Also because we were getting quite a few really good level ups early on. Oh my gosh, Mina, seriously. I guess that gives us an opportunity to get more EXP for Joanna. Just get everybody across the bridge and just get rid of all these other enemies. There's just not enough room for everybody, so. Don't like that. That is not good. Okay. See if I can. This actually. There's a lot of stuff that's strong against flyers, so that's kind of why it's a little bit tricky to bring certain characters. But again, I did want to showcase a lot of the conversations that exist there. Let's move Grisha back because I don't want him to. There's a lot of problems here. Make sure that everybody's off the bridge. Don't want them to die. For the most part, that is chapter 9 now. We do need to close this off. But no. We're here, and that is chapter 9. So I'm actually probably going to continue on with 9X here just so I don't have to make 2 separate videos for it. But we'll try to showcase all that we can for this chapter. And so we do have an opportunity for supports, so I will show off a couple of them. Actually, unfortunately didn't get the Estrada one. Let's see, Feline actually doesn't have one with the Strata yet either, so I mean that's fine. I would not recommend unlocking A supports this early. You can, again, if you want to, but there are other opportunities for characters. This isn't even like the full list of units, but as you can tell, some of these characters are on the support list. And so, I mean, I wouldn't recommend A supporting Strata and Feline anyways, unless you're absolutely certain after we get other characters to join. But otherwise, we'll showcase these supports while we're here. I will show off this one, A support. Again, I'm probably not going to save my progress with these two just because they both have other A support options, but just for the sake of showing this off as well as one of the mechanics, I will do their A support right now. so I'm going to take a little bit of time to showcase what that is from the A supports. We currently don't have this for all of the A supports that are available in the game. So for instance, like Felina Strata, they don't have support skills yet. Neither do Ryosuke or Ryosuke and Joanna, for that matter. We're still working on those as of right now, but in the meantime, I'll take a little bit of time to showcase what these do. So basically, as mentioned before, you have your standard personal skill, and so this is kind of like a similar personal skill that can be used dependent on who you're A supporting with. So in this case, we have Mina for Ryosuke, and so you get a bit more of a buff, but it only happens, or you can only use this if they're within 3 spaces of each other, and then so we'll see the same for Mina as well. So she has kind of the same thing here. So she has regular Roshade, and then here's Wind Roshade, and very similar. And now she can act afterwards with this particular skill, but again, it's only if Ryosuke is within 3 spaces. But anyways, we're just gonna continue on with the story for now. I'm not gonna worry too much about who I put on the party for now. But anyways, it's all just gonna be story from now on. See here, again, it really doesn't matter who you have on the map, so we're just gonna go for it. There isn't really much to say right now, other than we're just going to go up to these areas to interact with all the other little sections that will give us bonus EXP. And again, this is really just a lore chapter and a lot of dialogue. Actually, I should have brought Ryosuke to this, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter right now, especially because we'll have to probably replay this chapter anyways. Actually, I think I do have some chest keys. I might have some, we'll check, actually. Okay, yeah, so we do have some. So that actually works out pretty nicely. Just gonna keep moving. get to the end. That is the end of our current demo as of recording. Again, we're hard at work at making sure that the next batch, which will hopefully be up until the summit, will be available sometime next year, probably around November, similar to this time around. Hopefully we'll be able to get this particular patch out, as well as with several other portraits. As you've noticed, there were some that are still being used from the previous patches, but again, we're working hard on those, and hopefully we'll be able to get this patch out fairly soon. But again, thank you all for joining me for this, and hopefully we'll be able to do more of these parts in the future.